subscribe and, like the video.
Or like any of the women that he surrounds himself with. And I am very happy to see that there is finally someone who is a perfect victim, who is brave enough to come out. Does he just record everyone around him? Yes. Yeah.
Like that. This is something I've heard about a bunch, and it just like definitely weirds me out. It's just like super creepy behavior. And look, a lot of people think like, oh, this is the end of destiny or whatever. Like, I don't think so. I think that he has in many respects always been this way. Okay. Like he's been this way for quite some time. And his core fan base, I think, don't really care. They treat everything as like drama. But there are definitely people that are in the edges that previously might have been a part of his like core fan base that think like this is unacceptable. But ultimately, I think as long as you stay the course and don't admit to anything and continue doing whatever you're doing, or even if you admit to like Dr. Disrespect did, like there's no real quote unquote cancellation. I mean, people will use this against them forever in arguments, especially because like his content revolves around not playing video games by himself or maybe sometimes collaborating with others, but instead directly like engaging people in the marketplace of ideas. So everyone is always going to be like, hey, remember when you did that thing? And it was insane. So it'll aesthetically and optically look bad for him and will be a major point that he has to always address. But outside of that, I think that he will, like, his fan base is not going to move away from him. I feel like the approach they have, because it literally is cultish. The approach they have for the most part, like the mega fans, is that this man is too valuable of a voice for brilliant liberalism. And we can't just like cast him aside. After all, the Republicans also operate in a cult like the Republicans also operate like a cult like fashion, and we should do that as well. We shouldn't just like tarnish our heroes so easily. And what's additionally hilarious about that is that like they're still operating within the confines that he has set for them, and their understanding of the world is so deeply polluted by Epstein's way of approaching subjects that he has like created this persona where they truly do believe he's brilliant, right? I think they just genuinely admire him, truly think he's brilliant, and for that reason, I think he can most likely talk his way out of this situation as well for many of his hyper supporters. And it's interesting because it's like they'll just turn around. I mean, the way he'll probably approach this is like turn around and point the finger of blame at every one of the naysayers. Even someone like myself, I'll randomly definitely catch a stray in this process where he'll be like, well, he did something too, right? I suspect they'll be like, well, Hasan went to a brothel in like 2010 or whatever. And that brothel was raided, and they'll say it's for trafficking, but it was actually raided for tax evasion. And then the brothel successfully sued the German government and won afterwards. But it doesn't matter. And the brothel was raided I think it was raided like 2016 or something. D-Man admitted he went to an illegal masseuse as well. That's crazy. So I went to a legal brothel. Okay. He went to an illegal one, and he's still complaining. Now, the point isn't necessarily like who's doing wrong, because even if out of all these people that are like, dude, this is fucked up, there was someone that he could like successfully deflect back to, that doesn't make his situation right. Does that make sense? But it does provide cover and move people's attention in his core fan base to an appropriate vector of hate, a different target that they're used to, attacking anyway. So they'll just willingly play along. What is this? Destiny, Stephen Bonnell II is now jokingly comparing himself to Dr. Suspect, while the women who have accused him of either recording them having sex without their consent or illegally sharing RP with a third party face harassment. Me getting ready for my return stream. I do not care if we're friends, enemies, strangers, if we disagree politically, debated harshly. I do not care if you've dismissed me, wrote me off as mentally ill in the past, or if you've made brutal criticisms of your behavior. I do not care. These are not unforgivable crimes to me. I empathize with anyone who is insecure and concerned to throw stones in glass houses. Do not let this man scare you or threaten you into thinking you are the same as him. Do not let destiny make you think your silence or support of him up to this point or at any point is a scarlet A on your name forever. I know what he has done to me, and I know who did it. I know what was done to me, and I know who did it. Bro, if I need to go on the sex offender list, I'm taking like 20 other streamers with me. Okay, lol W. Wait, first of all, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This statement is so insane. This statement in and of itself means that like doing crimes from his perspective, from Epstein's perspective, is simply not like a boundary breaking moral quandary at all. It's simply just something he doesn't care about until he can just deploy it as like a parachute cord. This is what Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying when Matt Gaetz's investigation in the House Ethics Committee was slated to come out. And I'm certain that, you know, Mr. Liberal himself probably shit on Marjorie Taylor Greene in that regard at the time. Like, how much more? I mean, this just straightforward. This is so straightforward. It just basically means like he doesn't give a shit about people doing crimes potentially, unless he can use it as a way to deflect the attention away from himself. Like, this means you're covering for 20 other streamers. If what he's saying is true, which I don't know if what he's saying is true or not, but if what he's saying is true, then he's offering shelter to 20 sex criminals. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Anyway, his delusion of fans are saying they hope you're one of the names, like he has some kind of nuke to destroy you that he didn't want to use. That's insane. What is this? Oh, I did see this.
Them forever, right? Like, these people want Steve to be canceled forever when he's someone that literally is making the world, I think, like a better place. To my fellow orbiters or coworkers, if you're one of my coworkers out there and you're making your little bit of a strong statement about how much you condemn destiny and everything else, you better not let me find you doing something else and signing some other bullshit off for someone else. All this is just virtue signaling bullshit, okay? It's like, because it's like, oh my God, sharing nudes? Okay, I'm out of here immediately, right? Like, or Hasan, Hamas piker, who denies any rapes happened. You have zero credibility to stand on anything, okay?
This is what I mean. It's like, instead of addressing the actual problem, they'll just, like, think about it this way, okay? Think about it this way. First of all, I didn't do that, okay? That's a lie to begin with, even though, you know, my criticisms of the New York Times coverage was incredibly valid and 100% is correct. The Israeli prosecutor's office openly admitted recently that there has been no victims or immediate family members that have come forward, and there's simply no way for them to prosecute the potential crimes that they said had happened. Okay, that's number one. Number two, this is still whataboutism. And number three, the last thing I want to mention here is this. Okay, how would this community respond if I had done something like this? Okay, because that would be a valid instance of them coming after me for once. Because the principle still holds. It's like, when my guy does something heinous, it's not that big of a deal. Okay? When someone I hate isn't even doing something wrong, I will work actively to try and make it seem like he has done something wrong and make it seem like it is the largest moral failing that anyone has ever seen. You know, purchasing a house, for example, leasing a car. Like, it is insane to me that there are so many people in this community still that legitimately will look for anything and everything in my commentary to disparage me, and have done it actively for literally 5 years nonstop. Don't forget, he went to Asmongold to help fight against Twitch anti-Semitism. Yeah, he did do that. That's true. I do remember.
I don't give it. Like, for you, Stephen would have to rape everyone that was at October 7th, right? That festival, for him to be on the level of what you are. That's about.
What? Does DDG Commander Dan Saltman, bootlicker of Epstein, is he claiming that I did the rapes on October 7th? Like, how are you to try to make a compelling case to defend Epstein that you just, like, say something completely insane? No, I think that there is no parity here at all. There's no equivalence here at all.
How I feel with you, Hasan. So fuck off. Keep your fucking shit to yourself. Enjoy it while you can for the last fucking few days until your world fucking collapses. Dipshit. Fucking rape denial. Fucking rapist nude sharing. Brothel patroning. Creepy ass old ass motherfucker. But I think it's going to be a bad look for any of these people.
Bro, you're like 50. What are you talking about? Nude sharing. Like, where is this? What's happening here? Like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to address. I don't know where to start the process of addressing any number of different things.
That have said that their morals, this is too far, they can't interact with a person like this before. If we find out that you're interacting or you have interacted with someone that's done something worse, if that's the case, you're going to look really stupid and like a hypocrite. That's all, right? Like if you're currently...
these guys, that's the funniest part about this is like, it's just like, so now apparently Destiny went to an illegal massage parlor in Los Angeles. So I guess like Destiny has actually gone to an illegal massage parlor. I went to a legal brothel, which he knows was rated not for trafficking, mind you. He knows it was rated for tax evasion. That's why he tries to like couch it in an effort not to get hit with like some sort of like slander suit. But the funniest part has to be him saying, "You old ass motherfucker," when he's like 55 years old, crashing out in defense of the guy who he's like tried to ride into some semblance of fame at the brittle age of 55. This guy looks like the sick guy in a Therafood commercial, and he's got fat guy who lost a lot of weight energy.
Hanging out with like a streamer that does like rape denial all day, every day, or that has killed someone on a DUI or something along those lines. Like it's gonna be, once we find that out, I think that's like gonna be kind of a rough one to be like why you threw someone under the bus just for clout a little bit. And when I say threw them under the bus, it's like you get a little bit of clout by right now. It's you got a little boost by saying you're never gonna talk with Steve again. And anyways, all that shit. I just want to throw this out there.
Yeah, he's trying to pull the ranks of the orbiters back in by saying like, how dare you align with Hasan? He's done so much worse. Remember all the many years that we've said Hasan is much worse. Did he say you just killed somebody? I don't know if he was talking about me. I don't know who the he's talking about at that point. A DUI, like who killed someone? What?
Because in general, Hasan, right? Everyone is using this as a jumping off point to like try and make their side win or anything else like that. Like what happened is that like Steve fucked himself up from like 2 years ago, by the way. Like this is like behavior. I will stand by this for the most part. I think that this is behavior he greatly regrets. Don't let me capture you in 4K being a virtue signaling cunt. That don't let me capture that event from any.
Yeah, he's just virtue signaling. I think he's making up fanfics of what will you be found out for. Dude, it's just crazy. If you have to like make shit up about me, then maybe I'm not that bad of a person. Like, I don't understand why these people will still entertain this notion that I am like this supreme evil being. Like, initially I thought that like, they were just like smearing with the hopes that something sticks. And now I feel like they just genuinely believe their own nonsense. Like, I can't tell if this dude is saying this knowing full well that it's false, or if he legitimately believes it. It makes no sense. Yeah, virtue signaling, a far worse crime than anything Destiny has done. Very strange. Because it justifies their unjustified hatred for you. Isn't there a video of this dude teaching his fans / Destiny fans how to finagle the language to make it more deceiving, like the tax evasion versus sex trafficking thing? Yeah, they believe everyone's inherently doing illegal related crimes but not getting caught in their minds. No one can get famous or not abuse their power.
I will destroy you if that's the case. I believe that Steve has already made a lot of efforts. He regrets everything that happened. And it's not like he needed this incident to happen for him to be a better person or to not do this type of thing anymore. I know that Destiny has it's his fault.
My man streaming this from a payphone. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's a very weird thing. There's a Cosmo article that they're spreading to deflect D from that dance and E. The article's about you scrolling through news on Snapchat, but they're saying it's equivalent to D. They're just sweeping. Wait, scrolling through news on Snapchat. There's a Cosmopolitan article where I'm showing a journalist fans that are sending me unsolicited photos, and some of them are literally dudes getting their backs blown out, and some of them are girls that sent nudes. Do you think that is the same as like procuring or literally filming people without their consent in times or with their consent at other times, and then sharing and distributing that material to other people that you want to what is insane? Is an unsolicited nude. I didn't expect it. That's psychotic. What happened when dudes send me dick pics and I see it? If a dude sent me a dick pic and I saw it because I looked at my DMs or something, then I'm distributing I'm distributing pornography of other people. Like, that's revenge porn. What a insane thing. Yeah, being a victim of sexual harassment is the same as doing it. Actually, I'm very smart. Yeah, that is insane. But this is, you know what's funny about it? This is exactly what I was talking about. It's like someone being like, well, Your Honor, yes, I shot and killed this child, but that guy over there actually fought back when he was being assaulted, and that's also a crime too when you think about it. That's literally the dynamic here. Like, pointing to a totally random person and being like, well, that person punched back when he was attacked. How is that the same? Why is it that I don't even know what how to address anything like this. This is so insane. How is it the community that like thrives on the spirit of debate so often make the worst possible arguments? Anyway, they're also trying to brigade your community notes. What? Might judge me by my enemies. People have proposed community notes. Community notes is a program where you volunteer. Hasan has also been reported to shared news and recordings to third parties. That's hilarious. Needs more ratings. NNN. Fans sending unsolicited photos over Snapchat where there's no way to tell what people are sending you is not the same as having a Dropbox of recordings made without consent of the other party and distributing it to strangers. You can't actually expect us to take this article seriously, can you? Even if taken seriously, these photos were actually sent to Hasan without his consent, and he opened them not knowing what the images may have been inside. Unlike Destiny, he didn't send them around to people. That's crazy. What is NNN? Does that mean No Nut November? No note needed. Oh. He didn't send files. He sent Google Drive links? Jesus Christ, brother. Holy moly. All right. It's Bill Maher time.
On the bright side, I know we're all obsessed these days about the fires and the anxiety from Trump taking office again, but